32 world records, barreling into the top 50 and one of 4 completions on the hardest map ever published. Pause. Last week I ran a poll and you idiots didn't even read it. Correct answers only. Lemix is next week, don't worry. I'm here to convince you why you're sleeping on Nate. While he isn't new to surf style movement, Nate has had a meteoric rise to the highest level of surf. Nate started surfing around 2019, but not on Counter-Strike. Instead, he started on Roblox, on an experience created by Quaternion and based on their version of B-Hop. It's actually not bad. Nate did some of both for a couple years until 2019 when he began dabbling on KSF, the most competitive surf server ever created. In just 9 months, he beat all 3 of the hardest maps, Deity, Corruption, and Anubis. And he got 2 world records, Diana, a tier 3 unit tech map owned by Caffrey, who is by the numbers the greatest surfer to ever walk the earth, and Juturna, a map by Manana and Joshua, ranked 10 and 5 respectively. But he's not constrained to this weird spinny shit. Nate can be incredibly smooth, so smooth that he beat Corruption like this. This is called half sideways, something that psychopaths do to make surf even harder. And don't even get me started on sideways or freaking backwards. Nate was the first to beat both Deity and Corruption this way, getting an upload to KSF records twice. Nate is an extremely talented half sideways surfer with a wide repertoire. So how did he get so good? I think there are 2 reasons, and they both have to do with Roblox. First, the ramps in this game are absolutely terrible. Anyone can make a Roblox map pretty easily, which is why Roblox's most popular map looks like it was made by a 5-year-old, and not like this. Because the ramps often have niche technical elements, you really have to learn ramping and specifically boarding. Second and most importantly is the units. Strafing, or free way to gain speed, is really powerful in Roblox. The best strafers in the game, like Username, easily dominated Surf and B-Hop because of this skill. Roblox surfers come in with these strategies and find places where they'll shine. Anubis was the final nail in the coffin, at the time only having 2 completions by Marble and Username. With only 10 hours in zone and the 3rd completion ever, Nate's gonna tell us what it takes to beat the hardest map in the game. Don't worry if you don't understand the lingo, you'll see what he means.
I'll start with stage 1. Stage 1 didn't really give me a lot of trouble, but those ramp strafes at the end, for some odd reason, I couldn't do them for like 2 days straight. I swear I spent like 2 hours and couldn't beat the stage, even though I had beaten it like those 8 times before. Stage 2, I was actually doing the spin wrong the whole time. I forgot to crouch it, and once I learned how to crouch like the end half of the stage 2 spin, it became like 20 times easier. And the end as well on stage 2. And if you overflick too high, then you're slamming your head and you're not making it. If you underflick, you're obviously not gonna make it either. For stage 3, so I tried to save lock it a few times before, and I think I spent like maybe an hour or something like that, and I didn't beat it one time without the crouch strategy. Like, it was tough. I couldn't understand it. And then right when crouch strat came along, yeah, it became like so easy.
We're gonna take a quick walkthrough of Nate's campaign. Sandtrap B4. B4 means the 4th bonus, which on many maps are historically impossible bonuses. This one is not super difficult but has less than 200 completions compared to the actual map's 3000. Then a couple tier 6 maps. This means it's pretty freaking hard, but not the hardest thing in the game. Stonework 4, not too bad, but then Hades 2. This is a map that I personally struggled with a lot, particularly because of the last stage. This is when he skyrockets through very difficult unit surf. This is his Zen 2 run. I can't beat this at all, but it's not just what he's doing, it's how quickly he's able to learn and complete these maps. Axiom and Goliath B4, both extremely hard to do, and the latter with only 86 completions. But according to Nate, it only took him around 2 hours. But then, in a twist of fate, he does both half sideways, on Axiom beating Danger, the 2nd highest ranked half sideways surfer, and the first half sideways completion on Goliath ever. Now we get into the real insanity. You might have played Surf Garden, really easy fun surf, but you might not have heard of Garden H, tier 6 with every single stage made ridiculous. Stage 6 is normally done like this, with a record held by the god himself, Levi. Nate was like, what if I just skipped the last ramp? And he got one of his first world record checkpoints with ease. Shortly after this, he completes Deity forwards and half sideways, and gets his Diana world record. Apparently this took him over 24 hours of playtime to get, a brutal and insane achievement. Soon after, Highlands and Facility B4, extremely hard bonuses with few completions, as well as Sinsane 2, the single hardest tier 7 map. And then, he gets his first half sideways completion, with an upload to KSF records. Just over a month later, he gets Corruption, and does it half sideways. Nate is 1 map away from completing every single hard map in the game, half sideways. And he beat Anubis. You should definitely follow him on YouTube, Twitch, and check out his interview coming out soon. And as always, good luck sliding those triangles.